Sky is so high, if you don't know how to fly, aim feel easier to make you fly. Sky is so high, if you don't know how to fly, aim feel easier to make you fly. Here we go.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Today, hi Deepali, welcome
Thank
back. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good
How are you?
afternoon. Thank you so much. I'm good. Okay, so Krishna, please start by the time.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Dangerous goods are called those goods substantial
Okay, first things first, you will introduce yourself.
damage
You will
passengers
tell what
and
you are talking about, so we know that which topic you are talking about, and then start.
Okay.
Just don't start.
Okay. And first may
And I did mention you people have to have a PPT presented from your phone or laptop, wherever it is. So, whenever you're doing the presentation, ensure there is a PPT played as well.
myself Krishna Prasad PS. My presentation subject is dangerous good. Dangerous goods are called those goods substantial damage to passengers and property. Dangerous goods, abbreviated DG, are substances that, when transported, are a risk to health, safety, property, or the environment. Certain dangerous goods that pose risk even when not being transported are known as hazardous materials. Hazardous materials are often subject to chemical regulation. Hazmat teams are personnel specially trained to handle dangerous goods, which include materials that are radioactive, flammable, explosive, corrosive, oxidizing, asbestos, biohazardous, toxic, pathogenic, or allergenic. Also include physical conditions such as
Okay,
compressed
Krishna,
gases and
sorry to cut you down in between. Just listen to me. I have not asked you to just read from the book. Okay, so I don't want you to open your book in front of you and just reading, and we are least interested in listening to you then. Did you get my point? So you need to make a presentation, you need to show it on the screen, you then explain that what you are talking about, and make it little interactive, not like just you are reading from the notebook.
okay.
Okay,
Okay.
because in your video also you are
Did you
just
get the
reading,
video
you are
well?
doing nothing else.
Do the presentation.
Do the
Veena,
presentation.
you can do the presentation, Veena. We received your video, but you can do the presentation for now.
Is it properly seen? Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone. So, the topic which I thought is the day in the life of a cabin crew. I'm actually going to explain about the 7 phases of life. Starting from reporting into the airport and getting into the destination. As a cabin crew, they will be undergoing through the 7 phases of life. So, we're gonna look into the 7 phases of life. Yes. Before that, I would like to say something about what is it about the school job. People may think that this is quite a glamorous job. Like a little bit, not little bit. It's actually a luxurious life. You can travel around the world without a passport. You don't have to pay for the fares as well. It's free, but it's not actually. When it comes to the other side of this job, it's not easy. So we will look into some of the facts. So the responsibility and the qualities of the cabin crew. The first and the foremost thing in the life of the cabin crew is the safety and security of their passengers. So they will be getting a lot of passengers who will they on that particular responsible flight they're going to go. So the safety and the security of that crew passenger is the first and foremost thing in the life of the cabin crew. Then he or she should be an excellent team player, and they have to take the initiative. You don't know what and when and where things are going to change and what might you face during the flight. So you should be taking that initiative and that quick thinking process, that kind of capability you require. When a passenger is under the emergency situation, you got shocked and you just looking him or her like that and just doing nothing. What will happen? So your responsibility as a cabin crew is safety and security of the passenger. So you should be knowing what are the things which I can do to give more, to make him or make her more comfortable. What I can do, you should be knowing that prior to your flight. So and then it's a kind of highly risky job in which the flight we don't know what is going to happen. It might be crash landing. In emergencies, anything can happen. So you should be knowing what to do and adaptability to the surroundings. So you might be, when it comes to the international airlines, you're gonna join and work with a lot of people who. So the adaptability to the surroundings is foremost thing, and you should be leading a disciplined life. The fitness, the healthy body you can follow, and all it matters. The fitness and healthy body, that's also a requirement to become a captain. So this is some of the few things which you have to follow, but it's not a wrap, but it's some of then I'm gonna move on to the phases of flight. That's actually my my topic. So what is the first phase of flight? Reporting to the airport is the first phase of flight. So when you go to the airport, you will be first undergoing the BA test. It's actually the breath analyzer test. So it's mandatory that no cabin crew can't drink alcohol 12 hours prior to the flight. You are not allowed to drink this. So alcohol is prohibited. You have to make sure that you are not drinking alcohol before your flight. Then you will be undergoing some paperwork and signature and all those things. So when it comes to the next step, 2 briefing is going to happen. So first briefing is with your captain. So before going flight, you will be before going your flight. There are some of the things which you have to know. Like you will be doing some homework in your hotel. So the things which you will be knowing before going flight are your flight number, flight registration number, your captain's name, your first officer's name, your purser's name, and the departure time and landing time.
Okay, Veena, listen. I have seen your video. Okay. I'll tell you the things which I like. I'll tell you the things which I don't like. First, I'll tell you the things which I like. I like the confidence. I like the presentation. Okay. I like the way you were smiling and trying to explain the things. And you know all the material like phases of flight. You were talking about that. That's all correct. There's nothing wrong in that. The things which I don't like is the first thing I would say lack of confidence. Okay. So when you do a lot of in a video, in a presentation, that clearly shows that you are not very well prepared. You know the stuff, and whatever comes to your mind, you are just explaining that. Okay, you should prepare a script, a proper script. You need to buy hard that script and then talk about it. That's good. I know you know the stuff, but when you do this in between, it doesn't look nice, right? And it shows that you are not very confident about what you are talking. Okay, so right now also, as you are explaining, that clearly shows that you know the topic, you know what you are talking about, but again the same thing. Okay, so have you ever seen a presentation? If this is for all of you, if you have not seen any presentation, go to YouTube and watch the video where somebody is giving a presentation and look at that person, how that person is talking. He or she should be very confident about what they are talking. If you are not confident, then we will not get the confidence, then okay, you know the stuff. But I am here. I know that you know this stuff. But if you are telling this to the third person, he will not, be very confident on you. That this person is not very confident what he or she is talking about. Okay, so write a proper script and then explain it. Okay, and do not use a word "yeah" a lot of time in the video because it doesn't give a right um, expression. Okay, so in spite of "yeah," "all right," use "yes," and that's how you do it. That's what I'm trying to explain. Okay, and make it a little more interactive to the other person also. So ask questions in between, and just to make sure that the other person is involved properly. Okay, so just say it like that. I hope you understand this. You can ask me anytime if you have any doubt in between. Just do it like you are giving a class. Okay, so make it little interactive, and your voice need to be a little on the higher pace, not very high, but a little higher pace, so that the other person is listening, whosoever is listening to you understands that what you are trying to explain. Okay, make it your presentation. Don't make it other presentation that the other person who is listening to you is more intelligent to you. Don't give that expression to the other person. This is your presentation and you know all the stuff, so you should sound confident all the time.
Before doing the video only, I have to write everything.
I mean, that would be easy for you because then you know that what's next you are talking about. What is or write the point so that you will refer to that, and then you know, okay, now I want to talk about this. Now I'm talking about this. If you are doing this ooh ah in between a lot, that means that you don't know what you're talking about. You are not prepared enough, and you don't know what is the next thing you are gonna say. Okay, did you get my point?
Yes.
Otherwise, it was good. I like the video. I like your confidence. I like the way you were explaining it, and you were smiling all the time. It was really nice.
And I also felt that it got a little bit too like.
No, it is good, but just be little more. Just sound little more confident. Okay, all right. Okay,
So should I have to make the video?
Yeah, that will be great if you will make it, because you just need to work on your speech a little more. Okay,
Thank you.
and don't use, again I will say, don't use the word yeah, okay, all right. Don't do that. Okay, it seems like that you are trying to put an accent on you, which you don't, which you are not, but that's how it feels like. Okay,
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
no problem. Who's next? Who's next? Divya, are you ready with the presentation?
Yes, ma'am, I have.
Okay, great. That'll be great if we'll do it right now, a little bit.
Yeah, ma'am, I'll do it. Just give me a minute.
Mm-hmm. By the time, who's the next one? Shilka? Shilka, I have not seen your presentation. Can you hear me? Parvati? Trisha?
Can you see the screen?
I can't. Okay, yes, I got it.
You can see it, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Just. So, hi, hello everyone. So, my name is Divya Khadaria, and I'm from Surat. My topic for today's presentation is grooming, which is a key prerequisite in today's world and what we are starting. Basically, in aviations, grooming is a very must thing because their appearance is the very first thing which matters in aviations.
So coming, what is grooming? What basically grooming is, it's just like individuals clean themselves and make themselves neat and clean every day. They make their skin refresh, they take bath, they they take their appearance in a very good manner, they clean their skin, they neat their skin, everything comes under grooming. It's not only about how you're looking, it is also about your attitude and your personality as well. So it's basically a type of a personal hygiene which you keep in your daily routine. So coming to the basic personal grooming tips which we can share. So firstly, it's face. So face is a very first thing whenever you meet someone. Now the face is the very first thing which comes in contact. So it should be very refreshed. It should not look dull
Hello.
or
Can you please look at the camera when you speak?
I'm looking at the camera only. Can I resume?
Yeah, resume.
Hello. Yeah, so the face is the very first thing which comes whenever you meet someone, whenever you are in contact with someone. So it should be very refreshed, very glowy. It should not look dull or nasty. Then comes your skin. The skin is the second thing which should be very refreshed. It should be very in a presentable manner. And your skin, it should not like, if you are having hairs on skin, it should not be very dense that you feel awkward in front of anyone. Then comes your hairs. Your hairs should be very shiny, properly cut, neatly done. And every time, whenever you are there with someone, it should be in a presentable manner. That means you should have a proper and a neat and a tidy hairstyle all the time. Then comes your nails. Nails are the things that should be cut properly. It should be well trimmed. And even it should not be like the dirt is there under your nails or something like that. It should be very clean and neat. Then comes your feet. Your feet should be very proper. No cracked heels are allowed. It should be properly heeled. No cracks are allowed. Your shoes and your clothes, everything should be in a proper manner. Your clothes should be like your body fit. It should not be like if you are having a size of 32, you are wearing it 34, 36 or 30. It should be a proper fit to according to your body size. And then coming to the shoes, it should be a proper black formal shoes. It should not like you're wearing pink, you're wearing let's say blue, yellow or green. It should look formal, it should look professional. It should not be like you're wearing anything. It should be very professional and in a proper way. Then comes what all qualities to require to become best. As I said, grooming is not only about what you are looking from your exteriors or what your appearance is. It's also about your personality or your attitude or your way to handle different situations with different people. So first is develop a pleasing personality. Pleasing personality, it basically means how you handle people. It's not like if there's a situation in which there is something not with you or it's against you, so it should not be like you're very bold at that time. You should be very calm and you should handle each and every situation and even different situations in a proper and in a professional manner. Then comes your confidence. It's basically you believe what you are doing is right. Anyone mock you or criticize you, you should not be feeling like no, it's like the person is saying this, so this might be right. It should be like you are having confidence what you are saying, what you are doing, it's absolutely right, and you try to prove yourself. Then comes correct body posture. If let's say someone is in front of you, he is in a bent manner, he is not straight and something like that. So what you, as we can see the picture also, we can compare it. When someone is there with a bent posture, then what do you feel? The person is, maybe he is not energetic, he is not so professional, he is not ethical, he is not doing his job correctly. And when you are in a proper posture, it gives a, it's the first thing which whenever you meet someone, it's the first thing they see your positions, your body postures, the way you are behaving and everything. So it should be in a very proper manner. Then comes the communication skills. Communication is a key thing which anyone, it's like whenever you go, wherever you go, communication is the key skill which is required in any organization, in any sector. So it should be like you understand the thing which the other people is saying, and even you are able to make the people understand what you are saying and what you want to convey to them. Then comes well groomed. The people around you, you should be properly and well groomed, because the people around you will judge you on the basis of your grooming standards. firstly on the basis of your grooming standards, then only comes your behavior, your attitude, or whatever it is, because it's the appearance. And whenever people meet someone, the first thing they notice is their appearance only. So you should be well groomed. Like if girls are there, there should be neatly ironed clothes, black full shoes should be there, formal shoe. Then if boys are there, then full sleeves shirt with a proper tie, matching tie, with a black or brown shoes, with a black or brown belt. It should be proper. Your hair should be proper. It should be shiny. It should be trimmed. It should be in a proper manner. Sorry. Then comes positive attitude. Your attitude towards anything should be in a positive manner. Like let's take example, if there's some passenger who has a habit of just poking sometimes, then poking again and again, then it should not be like why he is doing this or why she is doing this. It should be like, okay sir, I am coming, yes sir, I can understand. It should not be like you are going you are being aggressive or going in a negative way. It should be in a very positive manner, and you should take everything in a positive way. You should have a positive attitude basically. Then comes punctuality. It's correctly said that when you value time, the time will value you, and it's very precious. Time is very precious for anyone in any sector. So punctuality is must, because this shows how dedicated you are towards your work. Then comes maintaining the grooming standards. What all grooming standards should be there to be maintained, which is must, which is very, very required. Everyone is understanding what I'm saying, right? Do you guys have any query or something? I have done half of the PPT, so.
No doubt. Continue.
Okay. So the first thing comes for grooming standards is hairs. So for girls and boys, for both of them, the hair should be very shiny. It should look elegant. It should look good. It should not be like it's frizzy, dry, or greasy, or something like that. For girls, basically, if it's short length hair, the hair should be pinned properly. It should not be like your flicks or something is coming on your face or something like that. And if the hairs are long, it should be like a proper bun with a black net is also compulsory. So it should be in a proper, in a presentable manner. And for boys also, it should look shiny. It should short and trim, and it should be properly gelled so that it looks good. It looks shiny. Then comes your nails. Again, for boys and girls, both of them, the nails should be very clean and proper. It should not be like dirt is collecting under your nails or something like that. It should not be very long nails also for girls especially. And for girls only, the nail polish should be very light and very elegant color. It should not be like you're using yellow, green or something like that. It should be like pink, light color or transparent color or something, or glossy is fine, but it should be very proper and very professional. And for boys also the same thing goes, that it should be very neat and clean, that it should not be there under your nails, and no methane or smoked type of nails is allowed. Then comes the jewelry. For both boys and girls, the jewelry should be very elegant. It should not look unprofessional. Both of them are allowed to wear only one single ring. That to be very elegant. It should not be very big ring or with a big dial watch. It's not allowed, so it should be very elegant with a simple one single ring in one hand. So for girls, there are two bracelets and two bangles allowed, either of silver or gold, and one small earring set of earring is allowed. It should not be too bold, too big. It should be just single diamond earring or something small earring is allowed. Then comes one nose stud is also allowed, but a single diamond nose stud is allowed. It should not be too bold again. And for boys, bracelet is not allowed. Watches are allowed, and the leather belt should be of black or brown color only. Then comes the footwear. The footwear should be very professional and very elegant. It should not be like you're wearing anything. It should be in a professional and in an ethical way. The girl should wear black shoes with a rounded tip, with a rounded black formal shoes, and the boys should also, again, black and brown shoes are allowed. And the socks also should be of matching only. It should not like you're wearing black shoes and let's say yellow socks or blue socks or pink socks. That is not allowed. It should be black shoes, then black socks, brown shoes, then brown socks, or coffee colored. That is also fine. Then comes uniform. Your uniform should be very neat and clean and in a presentable way. Again, it should be ironed, not crease should not be there. For girls, short skirts, knee-length skirts, and a formal full sleeves shirts are allowed with the matching silky scarf. Then comes for girls, if they are wearing sari, it should be pinned properly. It should not be like it's falling here and there. It should be pinned properly, and your navel should not be visible, and even the sari pin should not be visible. And for boys, again, it's a full sleeves shirt. Then comes your formal trousers, your black shoes, your socks, and a proper dialed watch. Then your matching tie, and you can wear a vest as well. Then comes toenails. So toenails again for both boys and girls, it should be properly clean, properly cut, trimmed, and for girls especially, if you are wearing a nail paint on the toenail as well, it should be matching to your hands as well. It should not like you are wearing two types of nail paints at a time. So it should be matching, it should be decent, and it should be clean as well. Then comes your makeup. For both boys and girls, the makeup should be very decent according to your profession. So for girls, it should be like they should wear eyeliner, thin eyeliner, so that it will give shape to your eyes properly. You should use mascara so that it will lengthen and darken your eyelashes. Then you can use your lipsticks. It should not be too light or too dark. It should be very decent, but it should look good on your face. That comes first. You should use foundation, concealers, everything which I'll tell you later. So it should not be too bold or too loud. It should be in a very proper and elegant manner. And for boys, the makeup comes, your skin should be refreshed, it should be properly cleaned and everything, and your hair should be properly gelled, your eyebrows and everything should be properly trimmed. Then comes our next topic, that is skincare. So skin mainly consists of three main layers, that is epidermis, dermis and endodermis, as we can see. So epidermis, the function of epidermis is it's the outer layer of your skin. So its function is as a sensory function as well, and it protects your skin also, and it removes your dead cells as well. So it's basically the outer layer of the skin which helps you to function properly. Then it's dermis, that is the second layer, which helps you for moisturizing and toning. Then comes endodermis, which is there for H2O plus the third layer of the skin. Then comes the skin problems. It's like the general skin problems which is there in today's era is acne, blemishes, zips, pimples, blackheads, whiteheads. So basically people face these problems. There are many reasons behind this. So basically some reasons are like, if you are having, let's say, a nutritional problem, any hormonal problem, any family background problem, you are having any tension, any type of stress or anything, these all things can, many more things are there. These all things can create any type of skin problem which is mentioned here. So types of skin are like 4 types of skins are there: normal, dry, oily and combination. So for the normal skin, it's just like the skin is very plump, it's moist, it's fine. It's not like when you're waking up, it's dry or it's oily or seeing any patches or something. It's normal all the time. Basic toning, cleansing and moisturizing is fine with the normal skin. It will make your skin refreshed and glowy and shiny all the time. For dry skin, it's like you feel dryness on the face, you feel patchiness, you feel pluskiness on your face. So it's like you have to apply rich creams and moisturizers, and you have to clean your face from water and everything on the time to time basis. It should not look like you are going somewhere and it's very dry, it's very rough. It should look moist. Then comes...
Okay, Divya.
Sorry.
Thank you so much. It's nice. Okay, I like the way you are explaining it. You just need to take care of few things. The first thing, do not use Hindi fillers in between. When I say Hindi fillers, like to, fir, because like in between you said to 2 or 3 times. So you're not supposed to use those Hindi fillers in between. Okay, try to avoid that. Second thing, you use this phrase a lot of times, something like that.
I used what?
This phrase, which is something like that. Okay, so use this, you have used this a lot of times. So try to avoid using that. Okay, and the third thing, there is no word called hairs. It's hair. Hair is plural itself. Okay, so you don't say it hairs, it's hair. So when you say hair, everybody understood that you are talking about the hair. Okay, and it's jewelry, not jewelry. Okay, so say it jewelry. Have you made a video on that, Divya?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because I have not received it, so I'll just go through it. I like the way you are explaining, and I want to see the video actually because I want to see how you perform in the
Deepali,
video.
even I have not received her video. If she can be forwarded, we can check.
I'll do it, ma'am. I'll do it, ma'am.
Yeah, that'll be great. You send it, and then I will see it again, and then maybe I'll give you the proper feedback because I like the way you were explaining things.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, who's next?
Good evening, Joa. I am Ashwin. My topic is aviation management. In aviation, aviation is the activities surrounding mechanical flight and the aircraft industry. Aircraft include fixed wings and rotatory wings type, movable wings, wingless lifting bodies as well as lighter than aircraft such as hot air balloons and airships. Airport to transport consists of both passengers and goods and cargo and supplies of flying. The activity of flying aircraft or designing, produce, keeping them goods. There are four types of aircraft: commercial aircraft, military, uh, cargo, and private jets. Commercial aviation is
What is the
part
fourth
of
type? You said commercial aircraft.
private jet. Sorry, private jet.
So the one is commercial,
Sure.
one is cargo, one is private, and
No, one is military.
okay. So what is the difference between commercial and cargo?
Commercial is for the passengers. Cargo is for goods supply, such as carry goods, supplies animals, automobiles, spare parts, electrical items to import and export.
Okay, carry on.
In commercial is the part of civil aviation, both general aviation and scheduled airline services that involves operating aircraft for hire to transport passengers or multiple loads. Then cargo. In a cargo aircraft, also known as freight aircraft, fighter, airlifter, or air cargo jet, is a fixed wing aircraft that is designed or converted for the carriage of cargo rather than passengers. Such aircraft usually do not incorporate passenger keys and generally feature one or more large doors for loading cargo. Freight may be operated by civil passengers or cargo airlines, by private individual, or by the armed force of individual countries. The latter is further discussed at a military transport aircraft.
Okay, Ashwin, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Ashwin, what it seems like right now that you are just reading it from your laptop.
Dipali.
No.
Yes.
Hi. I appreciate Ashwin. I was seeing the presentation. I appreciate him with his reason.
Mm-hmm.
Why can anyone do that? Why that Ashwin has some different qualities?
Thank you, sir.
Does anyone say that? What I noticed that he is in the front line always, even though he knows his limits, his abilities, everything. But he will never back off. He will never say that my internet is not working. I cannot come to the class today. I haven't prepared well, but he's there in the front line. So I'm really seeing a very good career with any of the industry which he is dreaming for. Okay, Ashwin, wish you good luck and prepare well.
Thank you, sir.
Present, do the best and present it to the next class. So only the
Okay,
reason
sir.
I like this because you are always there in the front line. Never back off. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Even though you know your
Sir,
limitations,
this I do in mobile phone. My this all.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Try with the mobile apps, download better video editing apps, and try to
Yes,
make sure
yes, sir.
you will be best in presentation within 3 months. I'll give you 3 months time, not now.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
You should come in the front and seeing all your limitations, seeing all your abilities. We will have to improve. Of course, you can improve.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so that's good, Ashwin. You got an appreciation today. What you did here, I'll just tell you that where you are lacking. Okay, so as I can see, you have made the presentation, but what you are doing is just like you are reading it from the
Yes,
notes.
ma'am. Ma'am,
Okay.
I am first trying that.
Okay, but that's
I
great.
first
You are
tried.
trying it. Everybody here, they are trying actually, but you are going an extra mile with your limitations. That is great, as sir just said. But the only thing which I want you to do is just practice it a little more. Just stand in front of the mirror, okay, and look at yourself and look at your expressions, and then read it. Okay, it might be time taking for you, but let's just try doing it. So let's just start this practice. Stand in front of a mirror with your reading stuff. Just look at yourself and read. Okay, it will help you gaining confidence and help
Yes,
in
ma'am.
improving a lot.
Yes, ma'am.
All right,
Yes,
all right,
thank you,
Ashwin.
ma'am.
Otherwise, it was good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Who's next? Janvi.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, I got topic. I have to give the briefing for the passenger who is sitting next to the emergency exit and for the
Yes.
delinquent. So I have made the video in it by acting. So can I show?
Okay, show the video and please switch on the camera. I can't see you.
Not a video.
Sorry. Presentation.
I
Yes.
have the presentation.
But you have to explain what you are presenting, okay? Okay, please start.
Hello?
Yes, it's visible. Start.
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Parvati. I am here to talk about cheese and its types. Cheese, as you can see, is a dairy product used in everyday life, and it's sometimes right. And cheese is also delivered from milk in various textures, flavors, and it is also, of course, we know it comes from a cow, buffalo, or goat. There is a lot of ways to make cheese. There are 4 types to make cheese: curdling, draining, pressing, and ripening. Curdling, as you can see, is to separate the milk to make it into curds or lumps. Second is draining. Draining means you have to make the water to run out of that milk to leaving it empty or dry. Pressing is pressing of the cheese, which creates a smooth and firm, uniform consistency within it. Fourth is ripening. Ripening also means to add distinct flavor to the cheese, so it can make lots of varieties of cheese. And also make a lot of texture, taste, and body. There are 4 types of cheese: soft cheese, semi-hard cheese, and blue vein cheese. And in soft cheese, there are 5 types: feta, bel paisa, boursin, camembert, and brie. As you can see, feta cheese is really white.
Okay, so it's
and comes from
feta.
a goat milk.
Listen, Parvati. It's feta. I know that these are little difficult to pronounce, so just make sure you are pronouncing it right. It's feta, bel pesa, boursin.
Feta.
It's camembert.
Boursin. Camembert.
Yeah, it's camembert and then brie. Okay.
Camembert. Brie. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
As you
Continue.
can see, feta cheese is actually really white curd cheese from Greece, and also comes from sheep. And it is also really crumbled egg cheese, commonly produced in blocks. The second one is bel pesa cheese. As you can see, it's really semi-soft cheese, and it's also originated from Italy, and is also a really soft melted cheese. Third one is Boursin. Boursin is also a really soft cheese, and it's also known as gourmet cheese. And it's also creamy texture. It also becomes soft in room temperature. The fourth one is camembert cheese. It is also a very soft, moisty, creamy cheese. Comes from a cow, and it was originated from Normandy in northern France. The fifth one is brie cheese. Brie cheese is also a very soft cheese, and it comes from a cow milk. Brie also gained the name known as Queen of Cheese because it's very famous there. Also around the world, it is pale in color and slight greyish tinge with a white mold. And we have to come around semi-hard cheese, the second part of the cheese. And there are three types: Emmental cheese, smoked cheese, and Gruyere cheese. The first one is Emmental. As you can see, there are lots of little holes in it, and it's also very yellow, semi-hard cheese. And it came from Swiss. Is really used in a lot of ways for bread or any kind of food. There's a savory, mild taste. Second one is smoked cheese, the very famous one, and it also comes from Greece. Okay. Greece, especially, is also it has been specially treated by smoke curling, and it's very yellow brownish color like bread. The third one is Gruyere cheese. Gruyere cheese is a hard yellow cheese that came from Switzerland. It is also a really semi-hard texture, and it is named after the town of Gruyere. And the third part of the cheese is the hard cheese. Four types of cheddar cheese, Cheshire cheese, Edam cheese, and Gouda cheese. Cheddar cheese is really more popular cheese because it is in every kind of food we eat. Cheddar cheese is relatively hard, off-white, sometimes sharp-tasting natural cheese, and it also came from Swiss. Yes, third one is second one is Cheshire cheese. Cheshire cheese is really dense and crumbly cheese produced in the English country of Cheshire. As you can see, it's really mild yellow color, and it's semi-hard. It doesn't really melt in the room temperature. Third one is Edam cheese. Edam cheese is really creamy texture. It fills your plate and is also very enjoyable. It is comes from the cows or goats, and it comes in a really hard texture, but not really hard, it's semi-hard. Fourth one is Gouda cheese. It can be cut in pieces, as you can see, and it's also really yellow color, and it also comes from cow's milk cheese, and it's very popular worldwide, and it also came from the Dutch. And the third part of the types of cheese, blue vein cheese. There are four types of blue vein cheese: Danish blue vein, Danish blue cheese, Gorgonzola cheese, Stilton cheese, and Roquefort cheese. First one, Danish blue cheese. Blue whale cheese is having a really blue color vein structure in the cheese. It is also not really eaten by everybody. It's not really favorable for children or very old people because it's really have a really bad, not really bad, have a really um, strong, often strong certain flavor. First one is gorgonzola. Gorgonzola is a Italian cheese made from unskimmed cow's milk. It is really buttery and firm, and it comes from Italy. Stilton cheese. Stilton cheese is English cheese produced in two varieties. Blue, which has penicillium roqueforti, and it's also very white, and smell and taste is really ripened. And it's also known as the queen of cheese. It's also known as the king of cheese. The fourth one is Roquefort cheese. Roquefort cheese is also a milk cheese. It is also known as best known in the Blue Whale Cheese Company. It's also very white, tangy, and crumbly. It tastes very sour, and it also has the distinct hint of blue mold. Thank you.
Okay, Parvati. There were so many loopholes. Okay, so that means you have not prepared it well. You are taking the names from where the names of the countries from where the cheese are. They are wrong. Not all of them were right. Third thing, I understand the names are a little difficult, so you need to practice them. Okay. And what is this Blue Win Company?
Not really this came out of,
Sorry?
this cheese. So this came out of somehow.
No, there's no company of a Blue Vein cheese specially.
Okay,
There's
ma'am.
nothing called Blue Vein Company.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So the presentation was nice. It was good, but you didn't explain it really well.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. You have that confidence in your voice, so use it positively. I mean, you can explain things, but firstly, you need to know what you are talking about. Okay. So if we will remove your notes in front of you, then you don't know how to, talk about it. So you cannot give a wrong information to the other person. You can't just say any name of the country which comes to your mind when you are saying that this cheese is from there. So you need to remember those things and then explain it. Okay? Lack of confidence
Adding
was
to
there.
this, adding to this, when you are saying you are talking about something like production of cheese. So the cheese is produced. The right terminology has to be used. You are using a different terminology. So you need to work on. You should be really aware of what you are speaking. It's a process. When you're talking about a process, use the words in English which explain the process. Cheese came from, it is derived, it is produced. So you have to use a better terminology when you are doing the presentation. Then first thing is that you have to understand what you're going to present. It's like a recipe. If you know a recipe, you can easily explain. And when you are really not involved in the topic, that is when you would be missing out the words.
Okay, did you get the Parvati? So just be a little more aware what you are talking about. Okay? And how, this is for everyone, how you will make the presentation more attractive. Use little fancy words to it. Add little fancy words to it. Don't just add the same words which you use every day. A better terminology so that the person will, listen to you. That's how you grab the, attention of that person. Okay. So as I said, you have that in your voice because you are loud and clear. So use it in a positive way. Okay. All right, who's next? Janvi, are you ready now?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Okay, great. Go ahead then.
Hi everyone, myself Janvi Tiwari and I'm here to do the announcements we do after doors close and after landing, as well as I'm going to do the briefing we give to the passenger who are sitting next to an emergency exit as well as the passenger who are with infants. So I'm going to start with the announcements we do after doors closed. देवियों और सज्जनों, कैप्टन ने फास्टन सीट बेल्ट साइन को चालू कर दिया है। कृपया करके आप सभी अपने स्थान पर बैठ जाएं और खुशी की पेटी को बांध लें। आपसे निवेदन है कि आप अपने सभी सामान को सीट के नीचे या ओवरहेड डिब्बों में सुरक्षित कर दें। आपसे यह भी निवेदन है कि आप अपने सीट बैग और टेबल ट्रे सीधी स्थिति में रखें। यदि आप एक इमरजेंसी निकास के बगल में बैठे हुए हैं तो कृपया करके सीट द्वारा स्थित विशेष निर्देश को ध्यान से पढ़ें। यदि आप किसी भी आपात स्थिति में वर्णित कार्य की करने की इच्छा नहीं रखते हैं तो कृपया करके हमारे किसी भी उड़ान परिसरों को बोलकर अपनी सीट को बदला लीजिए। हम आपको याद दिलाते हैं यह एक गैर धूम्रपान विमान है। स्वच्छता सहित पूरे विमान में धूम्रपान करना निषिद्ध है। लैबोरेटरी स्मोक डिटेक्टर के साथ छेड़छाड़ करना, उसे निष्क्रिय करना या उसे नुकसान पहुंचाना कानून द्वारा निषिद्ध है। यदि आज की उड़ान को लेकर आपके मन में कोई भी सवाल है तो हमारे किसी भी उड़ान परिसरों को प्रश्न करने में संकोच न करें। धन्यवाद। Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. If you haven't already done so, please store carry-on luggage under your seat or in an overhead. When you leave, ensure that your seat back and seat are if you do not wish to perform any of these events in the case of emergency, smoking flight. Smoking is not allowed in the entire class, including lavatories. Tampering with, disabling or destroying the lavatory smoke detector is prohibited by law. If you have any questions regarding your flight today, please don't hesitate to ask any of our flight attendants. Thank you. Now, I am going to do the briefing we give to the passenger who are sitting next to an emergency exit. So I will act like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So, hey guys, how you all are today? Good. I am also good. So everything is settled. Okay. So you may have noticed that you are sitting next to an emergency exit today. So in the unlikely event of emergency, you are required to operate it. So are you comfortable with that? Okay. So now, to give some information. Wait, listen carefully. Okay, so when you hear the command evacuate, then you just have to look outside the exit, and if there is any danger like water, fire, anything, please don't open the exit. Look for the entrance. If there is no danger like that, then get up the handle with the closest hand, and with the other hand, just remove the cover. The exit will fall inward, and you have to keep holding it as it's very heavy. There will be a red handle on the top part of your plane. You have to pull it down to evacuate device in plane. I'm ready and willing to help you if it's required. If you have any question, don't hesitate to ask me. And now please read the information given in the safety card. Thank you for your attention, sir. Have a great flight. Now I'm going to do the briefing we give to the passenger who was the infants. So, hi ma'am, I am a flight attendant Janvi, and I am here to tell you how you are supposed to hold your child in the landing, takeoff, and if we do have any emergency on board. So I'm going to tell you how you are supposed to hold a child during landing and takeoff. You're going to hold a child in the upright position and make sure that her head is secure. This will be your position in the landing and takeoff. We want to tell you that in the landing and takeoff time, there is an air pressure in the cabin, so a child may cry. So you have to keep feeding her at the time of takeoff and landing. If you have any emergency on board, then you will keep your child like this with one hand, and with the other hand you are going to hold the seat in front of you, and you will be in your brace position. And for seat belt, you are going to keep seat belt on you, not on your child. You are going to hold your child in your hand. I wish that you have understood anything. If you have any question, don't hesitate to ask me. Thank you for your attention, ma'am. Have a great flight. Now I am going to do the announcement for after landing. देवियों और सज्जनों, बेंगलुरु केम्पुगारा अंतर्राष्ट्रीय हवाई अड्डे में आपका स्वागत है। आपकी सुरक्षा को ध्यान में रखते हुए आपसे निवेदन है कि आप सभी अपनी सीट की पेटी को बांधे रखें। अब मोबाइल फोन का उपयोग करना अनिवार्य है। आपसे निवेदन है कि सामान कक्ष को खोलते समय सावधानी बरतें। विमान से निकलने से पहले कृपया करके अपने अपने स्थान की ओवरहेड डिब्बों की जांच कर लें, ताकि आपका कोई भी जरूरी सामान जैसे कि वॉलेट, पासपोर्ट या कोई भी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक उपकरण विमान में न रह जाए। एयर एशिया के साथ यात्रा करने के लिए धन्यवाद। आपका दिन सुखद रहे। Ladies and gentlemen, we have landed at Kempugara International Airport, Bangalore. We request you to please be seated and using of mobile phone is permitted. Please take care while opening the overhead compartment. We request you to please check your seat after an overhead compartment for valuable items such as wallet, passport and electronic gadgets. Also make sure that you have all your belongings with you. It was pleasure having you boarding with us. We hope to see you again. If you have any queries at landing, please contact our ground staff. Thank you for flying with AirAsia. Have a great day ahead. Thank you, ma'am.
Janvi, amazing announcements, and I really liked it. Thank you. The things which I want to tell you is the first thing, you don't say, hey guys, because when you are in a professional environment, it's always good to wish them as a greeting of the day. If you are talking to them in the afternoon, say good afternoon, good morning, good evening, ma'am or sir, whatever. Okay, but you cannot say hi guys, because it's very casual when you say hi guys. Okay, so you are going to be professional, so start using these good morning, good afternoon, good evening thing. Okay,
ma'am.
First thing. Second thing, in the briefing with mother with infant, you also tell them about the oxygen mask. When oxygen mask will come down, you will grab the oxygen mask and put your oxygen mask first. Second thing, you tell them about the diaper changing tables, which is at the lavatory. Alright, so these two things were missing, and just remember that you don't use the casual terminology or words when you are talking to your passenger. You need to be very professional all the time. Okay, otherwise the pace and the announcement, the delivery of the announcement and everything was really good. I really liked it. I hope you have sent the same video.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
I'm going to send it.
Okay, it's better if we are. The sooner the better.
Okay, ma'am. Now only I have to do it.
Okay,
Good work, Janvi.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, who's next?
Hey, I'm Alina George. I will be talking about pre-flight checking. As we all know that we have to check everything inside the cabin. We need to make sure everything is ready for the flight, because a small mistake can cause a lot of trouble to everyone, and we can afford that on flight. So we need to make sure that everything is ready to go. As a cabin crew, we all know that the primary duty of a cabin crew is the safety and security of passengers. We need to make sure all passengers are comfortable. To be a good thinker, excellent team player, we need to have the initiative skills and organizational skills. But the safety and security plays a major role. For the safety, we need to pre-check the whole cabin before boarding of passengers. The first thing you have to do as you board on an aircraft after briefing is pre-flight checking. The pre-flight equipment check, which can be checked by your pre-flight checklist. You have to check the crew seat, life jackets, flashlights, crash checks, AED, first aid kit, etc. Your crew seat has to be folded out and in, and your crew belt can be tangled, so you have to check your crew seat. Flashlights, which will be near your crew seat. It has a small red light on it. It should be flashing. If it's not flashing, it means it's not working. In a fire extinguisher, we need to check the pressure and check the safety pin is inserted. The oxygen bottles, we need to check the oxygen level in that, and we need to make sure that it is ready to go, it is in the proper position. We need to check if the life vest is in the proper position. And the safety on board cards should be all in the passenger seat. And we need to check the first aid kit, medical kit, universal precaution kit, everything is in the proper position. and check if crash X is in the proper position. AED is working. Basically, check if jump seat is working, flashlights is in the proper positions, the pressure inside the fire extinguisher is proper, the oxygen bottles are in the proper position, life vest is in the proper position, and the safety on board cards is in every seats. Check first aid kit, crash X, ADM, QDM, etc. If anything is not serviceable or any equipment is not serviceable, it must be identified by the cabin crew, and this is the pre-flight checking of cabin. Thank you.
All right. This was great. I like the presentation. I think the way you have presented it was good. The same thing, you need to practice it a little more so that you will sound more confident to me when you are telling the things, and don't just repeat the same things again and again. Okay, you have explained once that okay, there is a crash X, okay, these are the equipments which we have. Don't say the same thing again, that we need to check the crash X, we need to check the crash X. There are so many different things. Then you can also, in this you can add that what all is there in the first aid kit and there in the medical kit, when do you use all these things. Okay, so to stretchen it a little bit more, you can add these things. Presentation was good, but the way you were explaining it was could be a little more better.
I can add on to
Yeah,
Yes.
Alina, I can add on to you that your voice has a shiver when you speak. So people are feeling that either you're shivering because you are not confident on the next phrase which you're going to speak. You're doubtful about what you're going to speak next. So that is reflecting your presentation. In spite of your presentation being right in front of you, the keywords are there in front of you. So even then there is a shiver when you do a presentation. So that shows the lack of confidence, and the involvement of people listening to you will reduce because of this shiver. So this is something you need to really work on. Maybe you have to do a lot of practice in front of the mirror. Not only one topic, you will achieve this through course of practice, different topics. It's not only one topic, it is different topics. Okay.
Thank you.
okay, Alina, thank you so much.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes,
Ma'am, can I check my presentation now?
yeah, please.
Okay, ma'am. Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Today, my presentation is about an announcement section in both Hindi and English, and I'm starting now. Good afternoon, passengers. This is a pre-boarding announcement for flight 89B to Rome. We are now inviting those passengers, small children, and any passengers requiring special assistance. To begin the boarding at this time, please have your boarding pass and identification ready. The regular boarding will begin approximately 10 minutes time. Thank you. In Hindi, नमस्कार देवी और सज्जनों, नई दिल्ली दी इंडिया के दी हवाई अड्डे में आपको स्वागत है। कृपया आपकी कुर्सी की बंधे रखें और विमान पूरी तरह रुक जाने तक अपने स्थान पर बने रहे। अपनी सुरक्षा के लिए अपने मोबाइल फोन का प्रयोग न करें। ऊपरी सामान कक्ष को खोलते समय सावधान बरतें। आशा है कि आपकी यात्रा सुखद रहे। हमारे साथ यात्रा करने के लिए धन्यवाद। And that's all my presentation. Hope you guys understand. Is there any doubt regarding my announcement? You can ask me now.
Okay, first of all, tell me your name.
I'm Shifana Rashid.
Shifa. Okay, Shifa, I like your grooming. I like your confidence.
Thank you, ma'am.
But one thing I want to tell you, it's always first Hindi and then English.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. And second thing, I could see there's a kind of accent is there in your English announcement. So is it inbuilt or you have tried to do something different?
No, ma'am. Actually, English is my favorite subject, so I started doing this from my...
Okay, but sometimes this accent feels like it's a little artificial. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So just try to pronounce a proper word, not in an accent but in a normal English way.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, but the confidence and the grooming, full marks to you.
Thank you,
And
ma'am.
because you have not done any topic, so we will do the topics later, and then
Okay.
I hope you will do a little better than this. Okay,
Yes,
but
ma'am.
just
Sure.
I guess yeah, that's fine. That's perfect.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
And Shifana, when you're doing an announcement, when you're doing a presentation, there is clarification asked, and you can say passengers who have any queries can contact, or any kind of a related thing can be used. So always understand when you're doing a presentation and doing an announcement, they are two different things. So this is to all the students. See, whatever the input we are giving to one student doesn't mean that that input is only for Shifana. This is for everybody to understand the real time. What are the mistakes we generally make? I hope this adds on to your notes or somewhere where people, whoever is available, can note it down so that you don't repeat the mistake again. So announcement is an announcement. You can even say thank you for giving me the opportunity to make an announcement today. I'm happy that I'm doing a cabin crew announcement because it's a part of my passion. It's a passionate job role which I always imagined. So today I'm really proud. So that will start. So giving an inspiration to yourself is yet another important thing whenever you are doing a presentation or an announcement. Anyways, good job, Shifana.
Thank you, ma'am.
Who's next?
Hello, ma'am. I'm Celsia.
Yes, Shashia, please start.
Yeah, even I have to do the announcement, ma'am. Can I start?
No problem. Switch on the camera and do the announcement, please.
Okay, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. And I'm Celsia De Silva, and I'm going to do the announcement for today. Okay, announcement in Hindi. नमस्कार देवियों और सज्जनों, नई दिल्ली के इंदिरा गांधी हवाई अड्डे में आपका स्वागत है। कृपया अपनी कुर्सी की पेटी बंधे रखें और विमान का पूरे तरह रुक जाने तक अपने स्थान पर बने रहे। अपने सुरक्षा के लिए मोबाइल फोन का प्रयोग ना करें। ऊपरी सम्मान कक्ष खोलते समय सावधानी बरतें। आशा है कि आपकी यात्रा सुखद रहे। हमारे साथ यात्रा करने के लिए धन्यवाद। अनाउंसमेंट इन इंग्लिश। Good afternoon, passengers. This is a pre-boarding announcement for flight 89B to Rome. We are now inviting those passengers with small children and those passengers requiring special assistance to begin the boarding at this time. Please have your boarding pass and identification ready. The regular boarding will begin in approximately 10 minutes of time. Thank you. Thank you for letting me to do the announcement. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much. It was good. Okay, so you guys are aware that whenever you are doing the announcement and whenever such presentations we will do in future, you guys have to understand that whenever you come on the camera, everybody should be groomed properly. Okay, so I'm not saying you're not groomed, but you can, if as I can see in the camera, just don't take it otherwise. Okay, I'm telling you because whenever you will go for the interviews, they will notice these things. Okay, announcement was good, undoubtedly. I don't want you to change anything. Your rate of speech and your pitch was absolutely fine. It was good. But next time, just make sure you are groomed properly when you are coming on the camera. Okay, and especially not for these days, whenever we are doing the sessions every day, I have told everyone that everybody should be groomed properly. Okay, so everybody, girls especially, they tie their bun, tie their hair, and should wear formal shirt or something, and then sit in front of the camera, because that's how you will get into the habit of doing this every day. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Yes.
All right. Thank you
ma'am.
so much.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you start now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's do it.
Good afternoon, all. First of all, thank you for giving me this opportunity to introduce my project. My name is Teresa Shine. My topic is different types of cheese. Cheeses are making cheeses are in 4 steps: curdling, draining, dripping, and pressing. The making of cheeses are take some milk and some sort of 2 teaspoons of vinegar and mix well. then separating the excess of water, then pressing, and the shape of the cheese. It's always done. The cheeses are in 4 types. Soft
Krishna,
cheese.
are you looking at something towards your left and speaking? Please be relaxed. You are very much tensed. And speak confidently whatever you know. You don't have to look at anything and speak. Okay? If you're presenting, yes, if you have a presentation, share the presentation and you can have a screen shared. You can share your screen, you can share your video, and then you can present.
Okay. I don't know how creating PPT.
So if not PPT, even if it's a Word file also you can share. You can do that. You can put some pictures. It's not about how to create a PPT. If you just take the interest, it's something which you can really learn. But always don't be tensed and don't look at something. It feels like you're not doing a presentation. We are able to realize it that you're looking somewhere and you're speaking. It's not happening.
Then we are discussing about the 4 types of cheeses. That is soft cheese, hard cheese, semi-hard cheese, and blooming cheeses. Soft cheeses are in 5 types: feta, bel paese, boursin, camembert, and brie. First, we are discuss about a feta cheese. I'll show you them. This is the feta cheese. Here, see. This is the feta cheese. It is a white cheese. It's from Greece. It's the source of cheeses like sheep and a mixture of sheep and goat milk. It is a table cheese. It is also used in sandwiches and pastries, etc. Then we are discuss about a bel paese cheese. This is the bel paese cheese. It is an Italian cheese. It is created in it is a source of cow milk cheese. It is from Italy, and Burso cheese. This is the Burso cheese. It's a brand of garnish cheese. It is a soft, creamy cheese. It's used in some traditional party dishes, and the first Burso cheese is flavored by garlic and fine herbs. It's created in 1957, and we are discuss about Camembert cheese. This is the Camembert cheese. It is a more soft, creamy cheese. It's created in 18th century. It's from France. Then Brie cheese. It's the Brie cheese. It is a soft cow milk cheese. It's from France. It's from France. It's a color is a kind of white color, and we are discuss about the semi-hard cheese. Semi-hard cheese are divided into 3: Emmental, Gruyere, and smoked cheese. Emmental cheese. It is also known as Swiss cheese. This is the Emmental cheese. It's a larger eye cheese. It has a savory of milk taste, and we are discuss about it. Smoked cheese. It's from Austria. It's from Austria, and it's specially tasted in smoked cutlery and It's a yellowish brown color, and Gruyere cheese. It's from Swiss. It's a yellow Swiss cheese that originated in cantons of Jura, and we are discuss about hard cheese. Hard cheeses are divided into four: cheddar, Cheshire, Edam, and Gouda. We are discuss about a cheddar cheese. This is it's from England. It is a relatively hard off-white color, sometimes sharp tasting. It's a natural cheese, and we are discuss about the Cheshire cheese. It is a dense crumbly cheese. It's also organized in England. Then Edam cheese. It is a hard cheese that organized in Dutch. It's named after a small town in Dutch, that is Edam. It's yellow and red color, wax in the cheese color. And then discuss about a Gouda cheese. This is Gouda. It is a milk flavored yellow cow milk cheese. It's from Dutch. And we discuss about the blue vein cheeses. Blue vein cheeses are four types: Danish blue, Gorgonzola, and Roquefort, Stilton. We are discuss about the Danish blue cheese. It's from Denmark. It is typically it's a drum shape, and Gorgonzola. It's from Italy. It is a very old. It is a very oldest cheese in the world. It's created in AD 879th century. And last one we are discuss. Then third one, Stilton. It's from France. It's a blue vein cheese. It's the source of cheese is a cow milk cheese. And we discuss about the last one, that is Roquefort. It's from France. It's from France. It is a world best cheeses in the world. It's also known as a king of cheese. Thank you.
Trisha,
Yes, ma'am. I'm so tense, ma'am.
you tell me first thing that do you think you have done anything wrong in the presentation? And if yes, then what is it?
Brie cheese, it's a king of cheese. Then Stilton, it's the most famous cheese in the world. And
Okay, listen to me now.
it's
When you are explaining things, first of all, start using the full phrases. We will discuss about these cheeses today. Okay, say it like that. So the next cheese I'm talking about is this one. This is from, and it is not organized. It's originated.
okay.
Okay, organized is something else. Originated is something else. Okay, so first thing first, you need to work on actually write down a script. As I said, someone else also write down a script first, and then see what you are going to discuss today. Okay, just don't randomly start talking about anything. You don't even clearly say what you want, what you are discussing about. You are saying anything, whatever comes to your mind. Okay, so most of the time you were saying wrong things. Okay, so you're supposed to know what you are talking about. You should know that you are talking about this particular type of cheese. How many types of cheese are there? Then one particular type, for example, in soft cheese there are 5 different types. from where they are, how it makes. There's a proper way to say it. Just don't take names and then done.
Okay.
Okay? I trust me, I did not understand what you were trying to say. It's just because I knew all these things, but if you tell it to someone else who's a first time listener and he's listening to you for about the cheese, he will not understand a single word. So before giving a presentation, before telling someone else, you should know what you need to tell them and what they need to know. So write a script about it. Okay?
Teresa, to add on to this, first thing, I appreciate that you're taking initiatives to do a presentation. If not, it is a soft copy, you're trying to put a chart. I can see the effort you've taken. But one thing you need to understand, when you're taking an effort, the process of learning also, you need to organize it in a right manner. Your effort is there. We don't say that you're not taking effort to improve. Definitely, I can see a lot of effort to improve. You're day by day putting forward a lot of effort. Now, one thing you should understand, first point, do you remember all these cheese names? Will you be able to say these cheese names without looking at them and which country they belong to? So have a pattern of understanding. Say, for example, if you have to memorize the capitals of various countries. Okay, the capital of India is Delhi. So each and every country has a capital. So if you are going to learn those things, it's going to be a tedious task. When we were kids, we learned. So we still remember. So same way, you need to have a plan to learn things first. So which country has which cheese? So have a planned way of learning. So learning is not something people are thinking it's so. I learned this, okay, this is type 1 cheese, type 2 cheese, type 3 cheese, so and so. It's not like that. It's real understanding. Learning is real understanding of the facts. The fact that a girl is, the gender is male and female is a fact. Like, people have to understand it once we say it itself. What is male and female? It is characterized by gender. The classification is gender classification. So you should know that. In a form, when you fill a form, there is salutation. Salutation is Mr., Miss, and what is the thing. So you need to understand the basics first. Without basics, you can never do a presentation. So have your basics ready. Then when you present it, it's going to get you results. So putting the effort in the right manner is going to help every student over here. You know everything, but you cannot present it. Because you have not learned in the process of learning. Okay? So we are there to support you. You have really taken effort, we can feel that, but ensure that the effort is in the right manner. It will get you success, don't worry. Every single effort will make you reach to the better heights. Okay? So next presentation would be a better one. Please do a better video. I hope you will put this effort. If you don't like this topic, take another topic. See for yourself, was it the topic which was difficult to you, or was it the presentation? You can do a better presentation. If you still want to investigate on your presentation skills, do the same thing in your regional language, your native language. Record a video. Do it in English. Record a video. See for yourself, where are you confident. In your mother tongue, definitely you should be confident. This is for all students. If you feel any difficulty in a topic, compare yourself with your video wherein you are comfortable with a simple English, what you know. Record it for yourself and later go for a professional one. So this is a process. You have to keep learning until you reach the professional level. You are here to learn. Okay, we are here to correct your mistakes, but perform better next time. Okay? Good work. I can see your chat preparation now. Good work, good effort, good work. But same time, please ensure you learn to make a PPT or a Word file in the system. Okay?
Okay, I have no system.
No, in your phone, use an MS Word. put the copy paste the pictures, use the word and make it a PDF. In the phone you can do it.
Okay.
Okay, there is no limitation for learning. In the phone, MS Word will be there. Type all the letters, keywords and present the MS Word, no problem. Okay? So you can see the phone and you can speak also. Alright. Alright, Risa. Next time you're going to do better. Okay, I need to see the smile on your face. Okay, and do better next time.
Do you want to give the presentation today?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you ready with that?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Share your screen and switch on the camera, please. Okay, alright. So now tell me which topic you are going to give the presentation.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Ashmi Raju. Today I'm discussing about the topic major classification of dangerous goods. Dangerous goods are materials or items with hazardous properties which, if not properly controlled, present a potential hazard to human health and safety, infrastructure, and or their means of transport. The transportation of dangerous goods is called and governed by a variety of different regulatory regimes operating at both the national and international levels. Prominent regulatory framework for the transportation of dangerous goods includes the National Recommendation of the Transport of Dangerous Goods. Okay, IATA's dangerous goods are to be handled, packaged, labeled, and transported. Classification of dangerous goods is broken down into 9 classes according to the type of dangerous materials or items present. Class 1 explosive materials, Class 2 gases, Class 3 flammable liquids, Class 4 flammable solids, Class 5 sedating substance and organic pesticides, Class 6 toxic infections substance, Class 7 radioactive materials, Class 8 corrosive materials, Class 9 miscellaneous. Class 1 items are not usually shipped by air and are divided into 6 subdivisions. They are 1. Substances and articles which have a mass explosion hazard. 2. Substances and articles which have a...
Ashmi, sorry to interrupt.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you planning to keep only this screen as the presentation? Is this the only photo you're going to do the presentation? If so, then you can come on the video itself. Because if you don't have a presentation, sharing your screen just for a photo would not be ideal. So if you have a presentation, you can definitely, show the multiple photos, whatever you have, because you're reading it from a paper. I am able to feel it over here. I need you to do a presentation.
Make a presentation, work on presentation, use your brain so that it will be easy for you to explain it.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay?
Okay.
Alright, thank you.
Thank you.
So Ashmi, what you can do is record a video properly, and we will see your recording skills. And when you do that, this time please ensure your presentation is also available when the video is recorded. So this should happen parallelly.
Okay.
Few of the students who have submitted. So we will see it and we will go for a review again. If required, we will go for a review. And we can, that's all with Ashmi. We can extend few more minutes and give maybe 1 or 2 students an option to present now, because I believe we need to wind up the assessments today. So is there anybody who is ready to present immediately?
Alright. So tomorrow maybe we will start with something new, because all these things has been done, and the new students which have just joined in, maybe we will do something new so that everything will be new for all the students and with the new topic. I'll work on that today and I'll get back to you on that tomorrow. Alright, so tomorrow please by sharp 2 o'clock log in and we will start the class. Alright, any question anyone has? All right, so I think we will call it off for today, and tomorrow I will see you guys by 2 o'clock. Okay?
Wish you all the best, guys. Until
All
next
right.
assessment, we will meet you again. Okay?
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you,
Thank you,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Very good evening.
Thank you.
You know.
Thank you. Bye bye.